Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Erin. I go by Erin the Urban Mermaid, which is also my business name. And I'm the founder of the Grounded and Glam series. And if you are here, you are watching the very first of the monthly zodiac sign readings that I'm going to be doing. So this is my Grounded and Glam sun goddess reading in the sign of Sagittarius. And every month when the sun makes its way to the next zodiac sign, I will be doing a little informational and reading around it, and I'll have it up here on my YouTube channel. So, a little bit more about myself. I'm an intuitive empath. I'm a mother, I'm a writer, and I am a guide for light workers and empaths who are looking into esoteric healing, basically just to unlearn all the conditioning they've learned their whole lives and shine their beautiful lights into the world as the world itself is on its ascension journey. I'm also a spiritual business coach, and I host a podcast on Apple iTunes and Spotify called the Grounded and Glam Modern Mystics and Motherhood podcast. That's actually hashtag Grounded and Glam, as that is my series. Um, so I'm very excited. If you guys want to check out my website, it's www.erintheurbanmermaid.com, or you could find me on Instagram at Erin the Urban Mermaid. On my website, you could purchase any of my workshops a la carte. You can contact me to book a birth chart or a tarot reading, as astrology and tarot are my channels. And as well, you can join my monthly membership program on there. So it's so nice to have you all back, and welcome to the first Grounded and Glam Sun Goddess reading in the sign of Sagittarius, which I'm so excited for because, hello, Sagittarius Queen here. I have 4 planets in Sagittarius. I have my Sun, my Venus, my Saturn, and my Uranus all in Sag, as well as about 90% of my 12th house. So I'm quite Sagittarius, very well versed on the Sagittarius sign. So I'm really excited to be sharing all this with you guys. So a little bit about Sagittarius. Sag is the 9th sign of the zodiac. And it is a mutable fire sign. So that means the signs that are immutable are a little bit more open to change. They're a little bit more open to evolution. They're more adaptable. As a fire sign, they are the ones that ignite, and they are passionate, and they are these big thinkers. So I feel Sagittarius really channels that mutable energy because they're always in a constant phase of doing and learning. They are the spiritual teacher of the zodiac. If I were to relate them to the chakras, which since I am an esoteric healer, I'm an Usui Reiki master, I like to do a lot of relations like that. And Sagittarius, I would relate to the crown chakra because of their connection to higher knowledge and their connection to spiritual learning and teaching. So as much as Sagittarius loves to be the learner because they're just such sponges and love to absorb, and a lot of times that's not in traditional ways. They might not be the best student in the class, but they like to learn through doing. They're the doers. They love to travel, meet people from different cultures, experience nature, just always on a journey and always on a mission. So that's not really your traditional way of learning or school, but it certainly has its place in this world. They're very optimistic, often blindly optimistic. In fact, I don't like to ever say anything is a good or a bad trait of a zodiac sign. I'd say that the less than desirable traits, I would just consider their shadows, what you're here to work through. So sometimes Sag can be so blindly optimistic and so focused on the bigger picture, they lose sight of the little details. And they can go into things with such a good attitude that they don't see the realistic parts to it. So they can also be a little bit preachy. Listen, I'm the first one to admit I'm guilty of that. But it's because of their passion surrounding their subjects, and they're very intuitive. Again, all of that spiritual knowledge. They are the philosophers, and they just love, love, love to spread this good word. They are the free spirits of the zodiac. And if anyone actually knows me in person, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how you would describe me, a free spirit. But very passionate and expansive in knowledge. Just loving to travel is a huge thing with them. You know, getting out of their comfort zones. They could be pushers. Another shadow side that they get known for is being very non-committal. So I guess as a Venus in Sagittarius, I should say something to clear that up. I will say that we don't just go with anyone, or we don't just like anyone. We have to have a partner that really complements us in a sense of respecting our freedom and challenging us to learn and grow. So growing and learning is really a huge thing with Sagittarius, and it's not something that can be compromised for them. So another couple things about Sag. Um, they're usually very in touch with nature, and for a long time I didn't get that because I'm such a city girl. I mean, Erin the Urban Mermaid. Oh, which, you know what? I'll just. A lot of people ask me where I came up with that title, and again, it's kind of one of those things. If you know me, you know. I grew up in New York City. I live in San Diego now, but I live in the city of San Diego, and I always felt, this is very Sag. I always felt like a mermaid. I always felt like, I had all this depth and I wanted to swim and be free all the time. Very Sag there. Um, so, yeah, I lost track of what I was saying, clearly. So they're just the free spirits of the zodiac. Oh, I was talking about love. Yeah. And they just really need a partner who's going to respect their freedom and respect their need, just to forever be expansive. Again, some of the shadow sides is being a little bit preachy and judgy, blindly optimistic, yeah, going in things blind, but and really losing the details of things because they just want to have fun sometimes. They just want to have a good time. Okay, so I'm going to get into the reading. So I am a tarot reader. I have a couple decks out here. I'm going to intuitively see what I'm going to incorporate in, and we're going to get a reading for everyone for this Sagittarius Sun Goddess, this season of Sagittarius. So I think the first deck I'm going to start with is Ethereal Visions. That's what it's called. It's a very beautiful Art Nouveau deck. I've actually already did a whole bunch of shuffling and meditating on the energy. So I feel pretty good to go here. So, all right. Let's call in our guides and just ask them to allow me to be the vessel that channels the messages for my YouTube viewers for the sun sign of Sagittarius in this Sun Goddess reading. So here we go. Okay, well, we're already starting off with a bang. The Hierophant. So I've crowned the reading with the card, the Hierophant, which the Hierophant is the spiritual teacher. So while the Hierophant itself is Taurus energy, when you think about what it represents, a spiritual teacher, a knowledge that you're looking to acquire of spiritual sorts, someone who's here to teach you a lesson, it's very Sagittarius energy. All right, so what can we learn about the Hierophant? Okay, Temperance, which is a Sagittarius card, Ace of Pentacles, and King of Wands. Okay, this Sagittarius season is looking good. All right, so I mentioned the card Temperance, and Temperance is Sagittarius energy. Whoop, got a jumper. So when you look at the card itself, I want to show this to you because this is a really beautiful card. This deck is stunning. Sorry, my light is reflecting the gold foil, but you have this beautiful angel type of a woman. Maybe she's a mermaid. I don't know. Surrounded with these beautiful gold wings, and she has 2 cups of water that she's kind of like balancing out, and it kind of seems like there's a little bit more in this cup than there is in this cup, and she's looking down, and there's the eye up here, her third eye, her intuition, and she's using her intuition kind of to balance her choices out. So I don't know if we have some choices that need to be made, or we're going and overdoing it in one part of our life that it's affecting the other part. Our cups need to be even. Our cups need to be full. If we have too much in one cup and too much in little another cup, areas of our life start getting affected. So what is the call to balance that we need here? So 4 of Cups, okay. 5 of Cups. We're getting a lot of cups here, people. And the Magician. Okay. So the 4 of Cups is significant. Now, Cups is water sign energy. Cups is emotions. So perhaps that there's an emotional choice that you need to be sitting with and meditating on so that you don't become the freaking 5 of Cups who's sitting here all depressed and sad because he probably didn't make a good choice. But there's an emotional choice that needs to be fulfilled. There's an emotional choice that you need to figure out the balance on so that you don't become that 5 of Cups who's kind of sitting there in a really sad and somber state and is clearly in some kind of regret from perhaps not balancing out his emotions the way he should have. But the good news is we have the Magician. So the Magician is Mercury energy, but the Magician, if you look at the card, what I love about it is has all the elements on it, right? All the suits are on it. And the Magician reminds us that we are the master manifester, and everything we need for the future, for our journeys, it's all within us. So perhaps we need to be called to be looking within ourselves and reminding ourselves that whatever is not out of balance, whatever is out of balance in our life, we need to be looking inward and finding those inner tools so that we can balance out these emotions, so that we don't become someone who lives in regret or lives in sadness or, you know, feels nostalgia for better times. We want to look forward to positive futures. We want to look forward to the good. So, what is within us that we can find so that we can really, balance out what needs to be balanced in our life? Okay. So I'm going to move on here because I feel satisfied with that side right there to the Ace of Pentacles. Now, love aces, of course, because aces are indicative of new beginnings. And who doesn't love a new beginning? Now we're coming to the close of 2020. We got 2021 on the horizon. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to that. But pentacles or coins or materials are indicative of, tangible things, money. It's earth sign energy. So it looks like this month for the while we're in Sagittarius season, we have this opportunity to take a new beginning in our financial world. So maybe there's a new path we're meant to be taking. I don't know. Let's see. All right. 2 of Cups. High Priestess. Oh, I love when I pull her. Queen of Cups. Okay, again, I'm pulling a lot of cups. I'm sensing that for the collective, this year has been really hard for everyone, and you either lost your mind or you found your soul, right? So if you have some emotions that you're not dealing with, now's the time to be doing it. You don't want to take any bad energy into the next year. You want to work through your shadows. You want to work through your stuff. If you have families, if you have significant others, you don't want to be someone carrying that stuff around. So, with this new beginning, this like financial new beginning, which is super excited, we're presented with the 2 of Cups, right? And the 2 of Cups is about choices. So again, this choice is coming up. Maybe you need to be making a choice. What choice is in front of you that you need to be making so that you can come onto this new financial beginning? Maybe there's more money, maybe there's a new job offer, but you have to come to make a choice. But because I pulled the High Priestess right after the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess is just like intuition embodiment. I mean, she is the moon. She's so regal. I mean, look at her, and she's so knowledgeable. She's so knowing. Again, I know this is moon energy, but this fits right into Sagittarius season with that intuition that they have. And so I think that we're being called to use our intuition to make these choices so that we have this new beginning coming to us. Okay. So then I pulled the Queen of Cups right after. Again, Cups is emotional. So perhaps once we get a hold of our emotions and we've made the choices that we're meant to make, and we've leaned into that intuition, that we need to learn to trust that. It's a huge lesson, I would say, for all of us, is learning to trust our intuition a little bit more. you know Letting go, releasing, going into that divine feminine, going into that high priestess energy, and releasing some control. It's a very fifth dimensional. Control is a 3D thing. It's not real. So this is really, I'm seeing that we're leaning more into this fifth dimension, and once we start getting there, we're a little bit more stable emotionally. So the Queen of Cups has been on an emotional journey. This bitch been through everything emotionally, okay? At one point she was sad and miserable. At one point she was getting her happy family. At one point she was walking away from her whole life. So when she finally got to this stage, this cup stage, she has something that many of us want. She has emotional stability and emotional security, and she's emotionally mature. That's what I'm looking for. She's emotionally mature because she knows what she's been through, and she's trusting her intuition in the choices that she is making. I like that. I like that. I like that. And okay, so I want to get some more cards on this right now. So can we hear a little bit more about all these emotions that are coming up for that we're meant to be dealing with here? Can I get a card for the emotions that we are meant to be dealing with? Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to pull another one too. The fucking Tower, of course. So the Seven of Pentacles is someone who, he's really put in a lot of work on his end. He's harvesting his crops, so to speak. So take that really metaphorically, okay? He's growing his business, he's growing his money, he's growing his finances, but he's putting in the time and dedication now and building strong foundations because he knows how much this is going to pay off in the future. But in order to do that, he had to have a tower moment. If you guys follow me on Instagram, at Erin the Urban Mermaid, the tower has come up a lot in 2020. So tower is about purging what no longer serves you. It's about you being on your ascension journey and needing to get rid of the shit that is holding you back from it. So I like to say that Mama Gaia is having a tower moment this year. I'd say America's having a tower moment this year. I say a lot of us personally are having tower moments this year. But people pull the tower card and get scared because you see someone getting thrown off a building. I promise you, this is not the scary card in the deck. This is a good thing. This means you need to do some introspection and start looking deep. What is not serving you? What is blocking your ascension? What is blocking you on your spiritual journey? It's time to release it and let it go. Do not be scared of releasing and letting things go, because it just means that you're making room for the things that are more aligned with your life to come in. It's a wonderful thing, if anything. I'm actually going to grab a card from a different deck right now. So this is the Muse Tarot deck. I love it. It's really artistic. The creator has a little different take on the suits. She calls she calls the coins materials. She calls swords voices. She calls cups emotions, and she calls the wands inspiration. So I think that's pretty cool. I really like it. Really cool card. So can we get a card for this the Seven of Pentacles and this Tower moment that we've been having all year? All right, guys, we got two high priestesses in the house. Two high priestesses. This is telling me we need to trust our intuition more. That's the bottom line. Like, it's time for us on our ascension journeys to leave the 3D lifestyle behind. I've been saying there's going to be a massive split in the collective, and it's absolutely nothing physical. It is absolutely nothing tangible. Some people are going to stay in lower consciousness, some people are going to elevate to higher consciousness, and it's just going to go like that. 2 high priestess cards. We need to be trusting our intuition more. So when we start trusting our intuition, we start trusting the universe, because technically our intuition, our highest self, the universe, spirit, the divine, whatever you say, we're all one. Oneness. So we need to trust our intuition to know what we are supposed to let go of, because we've been setting so much foundation, we've been doing so much foundational work. I feel like I'm reading for my freaking self right now. We've been doing so much foundational work, laying the foundation so that we could have success in the future. But there's just still some stuff we have to trust that needs to go on our ascension journey. All right, so I'm going to go back to this other deck, because we pulled the King of Wands here before. So King of Wands, Wands is fire sign energy. We are in our fire sign of Sag season. He's someone who has a lot of passion and inspiration. So what can you tell us? What do we need to know about the King of Wands here with this message? Seven of Swords. This is the fucking card you need to worry about in the deck, not the Tower. I'll get into that in a minute. The Devil. Okay. The 10 of Cups. All right. So I mentioned before, people see these 2 cards in the deck and they get really scared. The Tower and the Devil. Again, that's not the one you need to be scared of. It's the 7 of Swords. At some point this year, there was a betrayal, or a miscommunication, or some kind of sneakiness and lies. And it has to do with what we were still holding on to. We were holding on to these so-called devils, which are these unhealthy attachments. This is Saturn energy. So you see these, like the card, like these people are like lying on the floor, like, whoa. And you have Saturn up here ruling over them. So Saturn is the father of the zodiac, right? He rules over us with an iron fist. So he's telling us that we need to let go of our unhealthy attachments. We need to do some introspection here. We need to have a Tower moment. And again, I'm going to say it. We need to have the Tower moment, but trust our intuition. What can go? What are the devils that can go? Because we can't have another sneaky lying situation creep up on us. Now, what I'm thinking is the High Priestess is telling us to trust our intuition with what devils can be thrown out of the Tower. And as long as we keep trusting it and we keep doing the work, we'll have our happy family moment. This card in the deck makes me so happy. You see these people lovingly holding their baby. So I don't necessarily also mean family, like, mom, dad, baby, but it's a culmination of something coming together. It's like that feeling that your family gives you, or your own, your family, you're not your family of origin, the family you create. And this is like a happy ending coming, so somehow along the way, the message I'm getting is that we need to go inward and start trusting our intuition on these emotions that need to be kind of realigned, and tower and moment those devils, get them out of here, so that we can have our happy family and we can reach this emotional maturity and stability, and trust your intuition, because it's all within you. It's all within you. You have all the keys yourself to do this. Wow. Okay. Wow. That was really a powerful message I got there. But what I'd like to do is pull an oracle card for you guys to kind of close this all out, see what other messages we have for the Sagittarius Sun Goddess reading. So I am using the Keepers of the Light deck, which is an Ascended Masters deck by Kyle Gray. Huge fan of his work with angels. He's phenomenal. So I was really feeling this deck before. So if you guys haven't heard, I have a membership program called the Grounded and Glam membership. It is a monthly membership program, and there's 3 tiers on there, and you could join at any tier, because every month I do oracle readings for my members, and I was really called to using this deck today, so that's why I decided to bring it into tonight's Sun Goddess reading. So what final messages do we have in this Sagittarius Sun Goddess reading? Ooh, we got a jumper. Might as well go with it, right? Radha, Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So for this, I'm actually going to consult the guidebook. I don't normally do this, but when it comes to things like Ascended Masters, there's so many of them, I really can't memorize all their meanings. And honestly, Rod is not one I'm familiar with. So let's see which the book has to say. Soul Flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. The Hindu goddess Radha is the divine feminine counterpart and twin flame of Krishna. She is considered to represent Shakti. Those of you who are familiar with Kundalini, you know what Shakti serpent energy is. Divine feminine and creative spirit of the universal life force. Without the female, the male cannot be created. And for this reason, Shakti is a powerful force that is honored and cherished. Radha is completely devoted to her partner and illustrates the age-old adage, behind every powerful man is a powerful woman. She dedicated to supporting all those who seek relationship harmony and healing. At one point, she learned what it was like to be separated from Krishna, and so she could bring great healing to those who are suffering from a loss of partner or separation. So, a loving union, connection, and relationship harmony are key at this time. It's important to remember, though, that relationships won't make you whole. Only your own love can do that. You now have opportunities to find lost parts of yourself, maybe sensual aspects or the capacity to cherish yourself. The relationships around you will then begin to reflect the love you have for yourself. Increased romance, love, and opportunities to express divine harmony through love are all becoming apparent in your life. You deserve divine love, and Radha, with her Shakti presence, is here to awaken this love and connection within you. Wow. So that kind of threw me for a loop, because I was not really getting the vibe of a lot of romance and love in this Sagittarius Sun Goddess reading. So what I am thinking is I am going to take this oracle card and I am going to extend this reading based off of this card. So this reading is going to be free for my Grounded and Glam members. If you'd like to join the club, you could do so at any level and you could get this extended reading free. You could just go to my website, www.erintheurbanmermaid.com, and go to membership, join at any level. If you have any difficulties, you could send me a message on Instagram, a DM at Erin the Urban Mermaid, or email me. My contact info is on my website. But I want to continue the Sagittarius Sun Goddess reading surrounding Radha, because I want to know a little bit more about this romantic romantic connection that's going on in Sag season. Hello. So join the membership, and that will be posted for my members inside the Facebook Grounded and Glen Temple next week. All right. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for my first Sun Goddess reading around in the sign of Sagittarius Sun. We are in the Sagittarius Sun season. And you can join me for the rest of this reading surrounding this oracle card on romance at my membership. And until then, I will be doing one when the sun hits Capricorn in a couple weeks, and just so on and so forth. Also, next week, I believe, or the week after, I will have my first guest on the podcast. This is going to be a really special guest. I'm so excited that she's going to come on, and I will have the video up here on YouTube. So please, I would love for you guys to just subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment, share. And for everyone who's already done that, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. Wishing you all love and light. Have a great day, guys.